The Sunflower State, the site of our clash today, and it is poetic that today's game carries that moniker as the matchup between these two schools is better known as the Sunflower Showdown. Glad to have you with us in Memorial Stadium in Lawrence, Kansas, home to the Jayhawks. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Kansas State Wildcats. The Jayhawks will put total leather and we'll get started. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the... So Kansas State's offense will have the football first. Last time these two rivals got together, it was K-State who rocked and chalked and destroyed the Jayhawks, winning easily.
Yeah, and I think they've heard this, and they've heard people like Reese just introduce it and just make fun of them and hear about how bad it was a year ago from their in-state rivalry. They want to get bragging rights. This is a big deal for Kansas football. It's a big stage.
They lit them up on the scoreboard, and they said, you are a basketball school, and we are the football school in state. And they're going to get an opportunity to make that point again here today.
Trying to burn this defensive back. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one. So now it's second and long. On the run, it's Thorne. At midfield, he's got room. Oh, a lot of space. He's showing it all, the juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line.
Yeah, and that's not the start you wanted if you're on this defense. Like, you lost last week, looking to bounce back. One thing you can't do, man, give up explosive plays on the ground. This defense has to hunker in, dial in a little bit. Last week was a struggle. Let's get back on track.
He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
Muscling ahead on third and short. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats! They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Jayhawks offense will have its first possession of the game. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just...
There he goes! That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's Let's see if they try to hit him up top. They're going to go right back to him on first down. He breaks a tackle. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
The pull and throw off the RPO. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, the offense is trying to get a big-time playmaker the ball out in space quickly with the wide receiver screen, but the defense is having none of it.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Gets it out fast. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. And the Jayhawks are moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Lyon. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
And a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Open space at the 25. He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19 there in the red zone. The Jayhawks come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll go to the ground. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Well, this is very interesting because now down here in the red zone, you know it's not going to be easy throwing it because the windows are small. Can they run the ball against the best run defense in the entire nation? This is as big a challenge as you're going to find offensively.
They'll send out the kicker here. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. That'll bring him to within 4.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude...
Oh, what vision. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. That dude ought to have a lethal sticker on his helmet. Anytime he touches it, it can be a score. He touched it, and it was.
No doubt. Unbelievable speed. And if you're back deep for a kickoff, obviously, you got those wheels. But to be able to get through, and guess what? No flags. You know it's going to count. Great job by the special teams being special.
The Kansas offense returns to the field. They might be feeling a little heat here as they've fallen into a 14-3 hole early. Gonna run it. It's Cox. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Trying play action. Finds his man down the middle. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. On first down, here comes this offense. Wants to throw on first down. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
And the defense coming through with the first sack of the day. And I tell you what, this defense, they get so many negative plays, and they play so fast. Sometimes you think when you watch them on tape, they got 12 guys. Last week they pitched a shutout. This week playing a great ball again.
Now they'll run the draw. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Line is set on 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Man, this defense has been so impressive to watch. Look at them get to the quarterback, get the sack. They play so fast. It's like they have 12 men on the field. Another good performance going down right now, coming off of last week, putting a goose egg on the board against their last opponent.
And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Let's see what they have dialed up as this drive starts from the 29-yard line. Dropping back, it's Meyer. Quickly to the tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? The Wildcats with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. It's complete to the right. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback making checks. Wants to go up top on first down. Snagged out of the air. They'll run him out of bounds, but look what's on the ground. Penalty marker.
Hold it.
A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. They're just making things harder now. It's 1st and 20. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Grabbed behind the line. It's Thorne. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Now on 2nd down. Back to pass. Unloads it left. That's reeled in. It's James. Oh, he's got some space. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the 2nd period and they try to find a way to answer. They've got a first down here to open the period. Gonna look downfield again. Pocket breaking down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Kansas and K-State have been battling for well over a century, many times sort of on the fringes of the spotlight, if not completely out of it in college football. But, man, when they grab center stage, you realize just how intense it is.
It's intense. It's a fun rivalry. But here's the thing. Kansas State has really dominated this rivalry. And the Jayhawks, they got to fix that. They got to get that rectified, Palmer, because the Wildcats, year after year, they're continuing to find ways to win this matchup.
And these are two great fan bases for years. And we've loved our time whenever we visit Lawrence or you visit Manhattan. The nicest fans, but they're passionate fans as well, especially when they meet up in this rivalry game.
Pulls it and fires to the left. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas State. And they take it in for 6 more points. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. They've got to find some answers on this drive, already down by 18 in the 2nd quarter. Gets it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Back to the ground with the running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Rushes on him. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete. And the Jayhawks will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and take it back. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. Offense gets set for second down. To the air, it's fired. Under fire. Got it in the middle, it's James. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Might be changing the route. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Thorne. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. The Wildcats will try to move the chains on 4th down. Has to get there to move the sticks. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. And the Wildcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6.
Turning it on. Quickly out to the tight end. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
So difficult because my eyes tell me as a defensive guy, he's handing it off. The offensive line's block and run. I got to go get it. Quarterback pulls it, throws it to the right. It's kind of like that hidden hat game. Like, where's the ball? I'm always trying to find that guy.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make the play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. With jet sweep pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of...
Unleashes one deep. Picked off to stop the threat.
And when it's... so long, it's very predictable. I'm bringing more DBs on the field. I'm bringing more speed. I know you're going to pass the football. Offenses have to be aggressive. They have to take shots. They did it there. The defense makes the big play.
To the ground with the back. Fighting to get it out of the end zone, and I don't think he made it. He did not. It's a safety. And they'll set up for the free kick from their own 20.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Pressure coming. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
Man, that's exactly what this defense needs. They found themselves now in a hole. They're trailing. Got to get pressure on this QB. Can't give him time to get comfortable. They get to him, get the big sack. Maybe this gets them back in the football game.
And they can't connect, but the flag flies, and I think this is going to be pass interference.
Pass interference. Defense.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
A costly penalty for this defense gives them a 1st and 10. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Touchdown, Rock Chalk. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that... They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, your game is a big one, but so is this battle right now inside the American. North Texas has some work to do. There's no other way to put it. But the mantra of this program is hard hats, hard work. And if they can chip away here, they may be able to pull this out. They're trailing by 10 to USF.
Gets it past the first down marker and still running. He's loose down the middle.
Ought to be fun, fellas, to see.
Touchdown, Wildcats! He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Snags a quick pass on the left. Oh, what a move to get room. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Bringing the heat. Got rid of it just in time. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking for space. It's Cox. He's going to lose a yard on that one. The Jayhawks want to move quickly. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Fires the pass, intercepted.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Looking to throw, it's fired. Using his legs to buy some time. Makes the grab, it's Thorne. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. That's caught. It's Thorne. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
He gets it so close to that imaginary yellow line, but I think he's going to be just a tad short. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. That ought to be enough to give Kansas State the first down.
And now we see on fourth down, people are so comfortable going for it, especially around midfield like this. Find a play you know you like, short yardage situation, one you practiced all week. Go out, execute it. Nice job getting the first down.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
And the Wildcats in a good spot here with second and short. Looking to fire. Grabs it in the middle. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to throw on first down. Get it out on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. Never a doubt. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, so much to break down, from a spirited start to the Sunflower Showdown between Kansas and K-State. And it's been an absolute clinic in fundamental defensive football so far. A total standoff with both teams refusing to give an inch. And I know this new era of football is about chucking it all over the yard and just outscoring the other team. But this game is a throwback, and to be honest, it's refreshing.
The Kansas offense returns to the field. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive. It's like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense...
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
And if this offense wants to get back in the football game, it starts up front. Like, they've got to do a better job of protecting their quarterback. A third down and long situation coming up, they'll have another opportunity. They got to keep their quarterback up.
And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. And the Jayhawks will call on their punt team. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He's got it. He gets a block. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Looking downfield, it's fired. Safe completion on the screen. Breaks into the open. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Ball spotted at the 27. It's 1st and 10. The give to the back. He's just outside the 20-yard line, stopped at the 21 after a pickup of 6.
And it's really nice, whether it's RPO or not, is having a defensive line that stones the offensive line, takes away the gaps. It doesn't matter what your read is if you're winning up front on that defensive line.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Kansas State. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
They'll give it to the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. They'll run play action. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. The Jayhawks will punt this one away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Handoff from the gun. Runs through the tackle. A confident, tough, efficient run. Gets it up to the 44.
I think a trait of a running back that you really look for is a guy that can bust tackles. Man, a guy that can make something out of nothing when it's not there. And just a really good job breaking the tackle, continuing to keep the play alive, and never quit.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Some 3rd down conversions tougher than others. This one, a long one on 3rd down from the 43.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab over the middle. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I needed to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit it in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it, because he really didn't have a choice, because he was going to wear that one.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. And the Jayhawks decide to punt it away. That leg is staying loose already, the 5th kick of the night. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. Slips through the line. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice play.
There he goes. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Going to work in the red zone. They can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. The run from the shotgun. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They go to the ground. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Wildcats. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll return it. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Leaves it with the back. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The play action fake. Here comes the heat. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Well, this offense keeps giving up sacks, and they keep finding themselves in situations like this, 3rd and long right now. They don't have many points in this game, and this is a big reason why. It's hard to score if you don't keep the 3rd downs manageable. So moving forward, whether it's running the football on 1st and 2nd or throwing short passes earlier in the drives, they've got to change things up because taking sacks like this is killing this offense.
The Jayhawks have it with a 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. Oh, better look out! Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Under fire. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. Oh, man, they've already lost one quarterback today. Now the backup comes in and has to take a shot.
Man, I might think about protecting my QB a little better. I already lost one. Now your second guy gets hit, and you got to keep this guy healthy. You got to keep him upright. You got to protect your quarterback.
Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short game there, and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. He's got an open man. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
That is now the 7th sack on defense. This offense cannot protect their QB. It doesn't matter if the defense is blitzing or if they're just winning one-on-one. 7 sacks? That's just ridiculous.
These defensive linemen have tents in the backfield. Goodness gracious, they're camping out back there, hitting the quarterback time and time again. When you sacked him this much, of course he's going to be flustered. Of course he wants to get rid of the football.
Got it behind the line. It's Lacey. He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that 3rd down. And the Jayhawks will send out the punt unit. We've seen a lot of the punt team 6th time tonight. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. From the gun, give on the inside. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the 3rd. That's the end of the period, and Kansas State is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Quarterback making adjustments. Off play action. He's going for it all. Makes the catch on the left. Hits the afterburn. Touchdown, Kansas State. A great catch and run for 6. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the 4th quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Kansas offense returns to the field. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Fires to the tight end. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there.
Breaks away in the middle. Touchdown, Wildcats! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. He'll start this drive going to the air. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. The Jayhawks trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Grabbed over the middle, it's Lyle. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Now facing a 3rd and long. Run the gun, wants to pass. He'll get rid of it. Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback. And the Jayhawks line up to punt it away. Secures it at the 30. Makes a move. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
He's got him. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. To the air, it's Fire. Fires deep toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Oftentimes as a quarterback, when you have success early, you earn the right to take more shots. I think that's what you're seeing now in this game. We're here late. They're still throwing it deep because this quarterback's thrown 3 touchdown passes. He's proven to his coach that he can get it done and he can make the right decisions and not put his offense in harm's way. And that's why you're still seeing them throw it vertically downfield.
Kansas State really has this drive rolling. Pulls and throws off the RPO. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He's got it on the right. He'll be run out of bounds, but we've got laundry on the field. Let's see what that's about. So that penalty's going to cost them the first down as they back up, and now it's 2nd down. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Not much room. A pickup of 2 down to the 28.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football. You preserve the lead. You got great field position.
Looking for the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. Just drives it between the uprights. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Complete to the left. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They got it out to the 41 with a 1st down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Here's a hit. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
Man, I bet the frustration meter for this offense is so high. If you can't keep your quarterback upright, it's hard to move the ball. It's hard to score points. This offensive line has not protected him at all, and that's why so many sacks keep happening.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He's going to take off. Get the touchdown, get the 1st down, or just get down. And the quarterback does. The Jayhawks will punt it away on 4th down. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. Guys, that last trip, a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. There's a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. Line getting set on 2nd down. Looking to pass. It's fired. Oh, they're after him. Blasted as he lets it go.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game. And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays, and they've had a great day so far.
Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. Here's the handoff. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Stuck with a running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. They'll move the wide receiver. Now the play fake. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. And the Jayhawks will try to pin them back with the punt. Wants to return it. He's got great speed. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. This drive will get started from the 37-yard line. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Looking for a man. It's Byard. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. He'll try to really get into this one. And the returner goes down. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Off the play fake on 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Lyle. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Here's the pressure. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. They still do count it for 6.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it. Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go?
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now.
Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. The Kansas offense returns to the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, you're talking about.
The Jayhawks really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Nash. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down.